Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back after a computer crash as we were loading into the lobby for tonight's DOB 360 Sprint Car Series, firing up at the virtual Volusia Raceway tonight. Getting everything loaded back in now. Get chat up and rolling so I can actually see who's out there. Now I gotcha. How's everybody doing tonight? Back to normal DOB action this week. After last week's 410 Knoxville Nationals. I tell you what, a 4-day event. The DOB put on one hell of a show. We had a lot of fun last week. There were on-track incidents. There were great racing, off-track incidents. Just everything that you could think of to make an exciting event. We had it last week with the 410 Nationals. Oh, good. It's actually going to work this time. I like it when things will actually work. But I am ready to get back to some good old-fashioned regular DOB action. And it's important to note this good old-fashioned regular DOB action because we are into the final 2 weeks of the season. So I had everything pulled up all nice and neat, and then I lost it, so I'm going to have to do that again. But that's not too terribly bad, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the current point standings for the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series after race 7 of 9. Like I said, going into Volusia here tonight. In the Race 1 Championship, it is Adam Elby, who is 87 points ahead of Dylan Workman. James Edens, Chris Roberts, and Ernie Williams Jr. round out your top 5. So Adam Elby right now with a commanding lead, 2 wins over top of Mr. Workman. Looks like we are loading into heat race number 1 here. We will have to let Trading Paints catch up to us here.
On the green, guys, tighten up. The leader may fire anytime after the truck pulls off and they reach the dirt vision billboard outside turn 4. So again, 10 laps. The cleaner you run, the more laps you get. Top 4 advance.
Now, they're getting ready to roll here for heat race number 1. Let's get the right camera going. Kevin Click and Kevin Hanley going to lead them down. Click getting a good jump over Hanley. Nope, that actually just backed it up. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. There we go. Timing and scoring caught back up. That is indeed Kevin Hanley in second. Lewis Hewitt has got around James Tiernan for third. There is Hewitt there. You can see Hanley has caught the back of the team setting number 25, Kevin Click. Ooh, problems for Hanley though. You saw him way sideways there. Maybe a little contact there with Click. That allowed a bunch of cars by, Tiernan and Williams being one of them. Williams now in control of that 4th and final transfer spot. You can see Trading Paints popping up for him there. He's got got Dakota Kuhn right there on his back bumper, getting ready to do battle. Lewis Hewitt took a look at Kevin Click, and that is going to send him back into the clutches of James Tiernan. A little bit of contact there on the bumpers between those two drivers, but everybody's good. Going forward once again. Hewitt had that slight mistake and is now under fire from Ernie Williams. That's actually pretty normal, just loading into the lobby, Zardul. That should clean up. Normally we get loaded in during practice and everything, all the things settle down, but in this case, it's a little different. Hewitt to the inside of the 91, Ernie Williams Jr. Look at Tiernan here. James Tiernan is catching up to the rear of Kevin Click. Click, who started this race on the pole, meaning that he was the 4th quickest qualifier in heat race number 1. And Tiernan trying to run him down here. Looking to the inside there. Click on the cushion. Tiernan sticking it right there in the middle. Leaving him room there. No slide job yet. White flag is out. This is it right here. The winner is going to sit on the pole for tonight's feature. Tiernan trying to make a run. Not going to happen. Kevin Click going to take the victory. Tiernan, Williams, and Lewis Hewitt round out your top 4 there. Those will be the guys transferring on to the A main. Dakota Kuhn and Kevin Hanley and Billy Rowley moving on to the soup here tonight. Now we got a chance to do it normal here. Always good to start from the start, that's for sure. $80 degrees. The virtual Volusia Speedway Park. Means this track is going to wear at an accelerated rate. What was it last week? We had like 69, 70 degree temps at Knoxville. Track seemed to last pretty good. It'll be a little different here. So let's talk about the starting lineup on the pole in the team setting number 37. It is Zane Scott. And to his outside, in the number 44, elbows up Sim Sport Machine, it is Tyler Schell. Inside row number 2, it is Al Balducci in the 288. And to his outside, Shea Paolo in the 21. Michael Sheridan, the Dave Blaney Sim Team driver, in the number 15 inside row number 3 with John Lopresto in the 71. David Flick and Carter Chevalier make up row number 4. Scotty Edwards and Brandon Igo, row 5. And rounding out your field will be J.B. Craighead. Alex Smolders unable to make the heat race here. Not sure if he's not loaded in yet or what. Looks like we've got Trading Pates caught up with us here. Now you can see Tyler Schell's car has changed to the 85. Elbows up Sim Sport car. He's got his teammate Shea Paolo right there behind him. But we're going to be watching Zane Scott in the 37 coming off of turn number 4. He's going to be the one to give these boys the green flag. Alexander Balducci right there behind him. Going to try to make that jump on Tyler Schell. They're going to do it right here as we go green for 10 laps. Top 4 advance to tonight's feature. Here we go. Schell tried to telegraph it, did not time it correctly, but he was able to stay pretty close there with Zane Scott. Ooh, problems in the back. Caution flag. Not flying as of yet. David Flick's got that thing going. There you see the race for the lead coming up on that. The remnants of the accident, you could say, there. Tyler Schell on the high side trying to catch up to the 37 of Zane Scott behind them. They're 3 wide for that final transfer spot. Michael Sheridan has it. Lepresto's trying to get around Balducci to take it, but Balducci's not giving up. You see Flick there on the inside. He might turn into some sort of a pick here for Michael Sheridan as he does indeed clear Alexander Balducci. Zane Scott now seeing that 85 start to really get bigger in his rear view. Schell was right on the cushion, got a run there as he cuts down off of turn 4. Will he initiate that slider? He does, and takes control of the race lead. Move Tyler Schell to the lead, but now Zane Scott going to battle back. Slide job in. Scott able to stay next to the 85 there. Fighting back side by side off of turn 2. That can be dangerous at times. Volusia sees more problems off of turn 2 and down that curved backstretch than you do anywhere else. Schell trying to work that high line as best as possible. Zane Scott leaving him room there. Fair play there between these guys. Shea Paolo currently in 3rd, trying to run these guys down. Michael Sheridan is in 4th. That is the final transfer. It is Al Balducci and John Lepresto who are the odd men out right now, looking at a B main starting spot as the white flag flies. Tyler Schell looking at 2 more corners to take victory here in this second heat race. Checkered flag. Tyler Schell's going to win. 2nd place, Zane Scott. Shea Paolo 3rd. 4th place going to go to Michael Sheridan. So we've got 8 cars qualified in tonight's feature. Getting ready to put 4 more in there. There are 5 heat races here tonight. Been 12 cars in every heat race so far, which means there should be pretty darn close to a full field of 60 cars here tonight. Not uncommon for the DOB Racing League. 60 cars is the max. Start rolling here for heat race number 3. Your lineup on the pole in the 23, it is Stephen Calavoda. And to his outside, the Black Diamond number 80 of Joshua Steinke. Steinke's Black Diamond teammate Nathan Davis inside row number 2 in the 36. And to his outside in the 255, it's Robert Satterfield. Alex Stodinger inside row number 3 with Tyler Gary in the 826. Anthony Lepresto and Brian Johnson, row 4. Colton Hardy and Nathan Albrecht, row 5. And rounding out your field is William Duvall II. We are going green next time by. Top 4 will advance to tonight's feature event. This is race 1 of 2 here tonight. We will have 2 full events at the Volusia Speedway Park. Only 2 weeks left as these guys try to catch Adam Elby in the championship standing. Stephen Calavoda going to give him green off of turn number 4. Here we go. Steinke holding on to second place right now. Nathan Davis right behind him, looking to run him down. Wow, a little bit of an issue there for Steinke. That's going to give the outside to Nathan Davis, but Calavoda is backing up too. Near contact between the 36 and the 255 of Satterfield. Steinke and Calavoda battling it out. That gives Davis a look through the center. He's going to think better of it. Almost made contact there with his teammate Steinke. Steinke going to look back to the inside here as they're 3 wide for fourth. Anthony Lepresto has taken that spot right now. Now, Satterfield battling back. Calavoda is out front. Steinke and Davis side by side for second. Throw a blanket over these guys. Some great racing here at the beginning of heat race number 3. Steinke sliding up the track, nearly making contact with his teammate Davis. Now he's going to cut across the nose of Lepresto. Lepresto, don't think really appreciated that. Those boys are together and crashing down the front stretch. Looked like Lepresto got the worst of it. So Calavoda continues on. He's got Davis on his back bumper. As we wind down the laps here in heat race number 3, Steinke in third. Right now, fourth belongs to Tyler Gary, who is working the outside of Robert Satterfield. The 85 car that's coming into play is Nathan Albrecht. Nathan looking to capitalize on a mistake here and punch himself a ticket into tonight's feature. 2 laps to go here in heat race number 3. We are watching Tyler Gary, who has control of the 4th and final transfer position. White flag is out. Stephen Calavoda out front. Nathan Davis behind him, but not in striking distance. Stephen Calavoda going to take victory in heat race number 3. Davis second, Steinke third. Tyler Gary, the 4th and final transfer in the 826. That restart really messed me up here to kick off tonight's evening. Got updates and uploads going on in the background, which is no doubt causing me some issues at the moment. How's it going, Aaron? Good to see you. So let's talk about our starting lineup here for heat race number 4. 10 laps to distance, top 4 will advance. Chris Roberts in the 93 will start on the pole. The 9 of Justin Thomas to his outside in the Mode Motorsports machine. Kyle Sosnowski and points leader Adam Elby make up row number 2. Elby, driver for Swindell Speed Lab. Another Black Diamond car inside row number 3. Sean Wallenfels Jr. with Ryan Scheidt to his outside. Mason Hannigan, Team SETI driver, to the inside of Jacob Fields in row 4. Trey Osborne, Kevin Gunther, row 5. And Randy Rockwell and Connor Lane rounding out your field. Let's watch that 054 from the tail here. Connor Lane has had some good runs in recent memory. Braden. That is the real tropical storm, Braden. Chris Roberts giving him green here. Rough start for Justin Thomas, who is trying to protect the inside there from Sosnowski. Those two cars made contact, And I think they're side by side down the backstretch. Thomas going to pull ahead down into turn 3. Adam Elby going to try to jump around the Sosnowski car. Not going to happen so far, but it is not done yet. Elby right in the middle there. He's got Wallenfels to his inside, continuing to battle for that 4th and final transfer spot. Looks like Elby has taken it off of Sosnowski, but here comes the train on the outside. Ryan Scheidt looking to make a move there, but he's going to smack the wall and lose all of his momentum. Now Elby gets to the cushion. Wallenfeld's going to fight to take that spot. He does. Man, those cars are so close, and off of turn 2, where we see so many problems. What a fantastic battle we've got for 3rd to 7th right now as these guys fight it out. Remember, we're taking 4. These guys are side by side for that 4th and final transfer. That's Sosnowski and Wallenfels. Now we got a race for the lead. Justin Thomas around the outside of Chris Roberts. Going to take first place off of that 93. Adam Elby licking his chops as these guys do battle here because he is reeling them in. Sosnowski has taken control of the final transfer spot, but we've got a caution. Sean Wallenfels has had an issue driving for that transfer spot. Ooh, yep. Let's see if this car just takes a bite. Down here running the bottom. Kind of steps out on him and it gets a little wonky there. Coming off of turn 4. You saw the car step out. It really surprised him. Kind of surprised me as well. That was a little strange. Nonetheless, Sean Wallenfeld's now out of this heat race. And I do believe that is the end of heat race number 4 right there. Sam, the midgets normally run on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. However, since we are in the final 2 weeks of the season, the DOB is not accepting any new members until their special Week 13 events. So the next 2 weeks, recruitment is closed. So there you have it. Final running order for heat race number 4. Justin Thomas taking the victory in the 9. Chris Roberts, Adam Elby, and Kyle Sosnowski will transfer on to tonight's A main. Mason Hannigan, Ryan Scheidt will be relegated to tonight's B main. Fields and Lane to the C. Checkered flag will wave this time for Justin Thomas. And that will end heat race number 4. Thomas, Roberts, Elby, and Sosnowski. Getting ready for the final heat race for tonight's race 1 proceedings. Starting to roll now is heat race number 5 on the pole. In the 188 BMRS machine, it is John Harper. And to his outside, Team Setties Wicked Relief Gum with CBD number 31. It is Tyson Landis. Kendall Tucker, big winner last week in the 410 Knoxville Nationals, driving for Swindell Speed Labs, has his teammate James Edens to his outside. James actually got a qualifying lap in this week. Hallelujah. Qualified 5th quick here tonight at Volusia. Kyle White and Richie Preston, row number 3. Dylan Workman, who is the man trying to catch Adam Elby in the Race 1 Championship standings. Inside row number 4 with Isaiah Dowd, Nicholas McGathey, and Jeffrey Stewart make up row number 5. And Tim Berner and Kyle Moonen rounding out your field. Stewart in that new paint scheme, he's got that painted up like one of the planes flying for BS Air. Elbows up Sim Sport driver there, having to come from the tail of this race. John Harper needs to do no such thing. He's going to start from the pole and give these boys green off of turn number 4. Tucker already looking to make his way around the Team SETI driver. He's got him, and now he's trying to bring his teammate Edens with him. Landis back to 3rd. Edens rolling the bottom. He's able to hold him off so far. Tucker not wasting any time, putting the slide job in on John Harper and give Kendall Tucker the race lead. Harper looking to stick the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to give Landis a look outside, and Landis going to take that position. Harper not giving up. You can see the power of that outside line right now. Edens was running the bottom, but now he also heads to the top there. So John Harper goes from the pole and drops back. He's into the fence. Ooh, he got out of it. I was a little worried there. Behind him, Kyle White is doing battle with Dylan Workman. There's Richie Preston there in the 125 behind the 09. These guys are the ones trying to catch John Harper and find their way into tonight's future. James Edens has got to the back of Kendall Tucker. You see him putting the slide job. He leaves room there for Landis. Landis bounces off the fence. That's going to slow him down a little bit. Landis not giving up. Able to put up a fight there for that second spot. But now Edens going to get up the racetrack and take control of it. Harper now falling into the clutches of 5th place Kyle White. White using the outside lane to get to the rear of the 88. I heard some crashing there. Hopefully we don't have a caution flag in this race. White flag's going to fly this time for race leader Kendall Tucker. We are not leaving this battle. Here comes White to the inside. Slide job in. He's around John Harper, but Harper fighting back. Contact. Both of those cars stay straight. Kendall Tucker is going to win. Teammate James Edens second, Landis 3rd, and Kyle White going to bring it home in the 4th position. John Harper able to straighten it out for a 6th place finish. He and Dylan Workman will go to the B main. But first, we have to go to the D main. And Zardul the Great, the first one to point out, look at that racetrack. Unlike normal DOB conditions, where the track continues to deteriorate throughout the night, this racetrack has reset. So we have a fresh racetrack, got the push trucks and the water truck out there to work us a racetrack here for the D main. So this race will be quite fast and furious. Tim Berner Going to start the D main from the pole in the 19 car. He's got Todd LeBeau in the 95 to his outside. Scotty Edwards and Colton Hardy make up row number 2. Kevin Gunther and Richie Preston, row 3. Jonathan Smith and Kinzer Sim Team driver Alex Smolders make up row number 4. Brian Johnson, Randy Rockwell, Isaiah Dowd, Jeff Floro. Craig Dunn, Team SETI driver. Look at that paint. That is a new paint and quite good-looking race car out there on the 57 for Craig Dunn. He's got Sean Wallenfels to his outside. And rounding out your field will be the 073 of Nicholas McGathey. Bubba, as it turns out, I forgot that they are not accepting new members in the final 2 weeks of the season. We're focusing on the championship battles and not taking any new members. So Dano's going to have to wait to make his debut. But we will see it. He was practicing with the Elbows Up SimSport team here tonight, so he's getting some pointers to get him up to speed. He should be ready when it comes time. We're going to speed right now. Tim Berner taking the green. Rough start there for Scotty Edwards, who has dropped back into 4th. You can see Colton Hardy was able to utilize the outside lane to take advantage, and now he's looking to take advantage of Todd LeBeau here. But Hardy, in the center of the track, has to give way for the 94 car, who now sets his sights on the 19 of Tim Berner. Let's keep an eye here in 5th. Alex Smolders has gotten 3 spots so far. Moving in the right direction. Colton Hardy now to the bottom of the track. He's going to slide job Todd LeBeau. Man, Hardy is looking fast right now. 10-lap race, so there's not a lot of time, but he is acting like he doesn't need a whole lot of time here. Colton Hardy going to bring it down to the inside and pull! He's got Berner! He fed him the right rear, and Tim Berner is upside down, the race leader, taking a shot from the Swindell Speed Lab driver of Colton Hardy. Let's back this up and get a look. Here they are coming off of turn 4. We'll get a different camera here. Hardy puts the slide job in. Right across into Tim Berner. Nicholas McGathey got some of that as well, and actually he was able to continue on. So we're going to forward this here. As you can see, Colton Hardy accepting responsibility for that caution. That claim of the caution is going to put him at the tail of the field here. Problems for Alex Smolders. What happened? I'm trying to get a look here. I don't know what happened to Alex. He's off the track. I was looking for some kind of damage, some sort of incident. It didn't come. But Alex Smolders, who was in a transfer spot, is now out of this race. So we got Todd LeBeau, Scotty Edwards, Sean Wallenfels, and Jonathan Smith, your top 4. Colton Hardy going to have to start from the tail here, and will only have 2 laps to make his way back up front. Not very likely on a fresh track like this, but you never know what can happen here in DOB. Todd LeBeau going to give him green here off of turn number 4. Great start for LeBeau. Absolutely fantastic. Got a couple of car links there on Edwards, who has fallen back into the clutches of Sean Wallenfels. White flag is out. Both of these cars caught the back of the 94. Fourth place belongs to Jonathan Smith. We're watching the battle for the race lead right here. D-Main going to finish off at turn 4. LeBeau's going to win. Edwards second. Wallenfels third. And Jonathan Smith might have ran out of fuel, but he's going to come home fourth. Wild D-Main to get us kicked off here tonight. That's your winner, Todd LeBeau. Moving on to the C main, where he will start 13th. Garrett Felton called up a 9-car pileup there on the final lap. We didn't get to see that because we were watching the battle for the race lead. The boys were pretty close there for a bit. It's only going to get harder from here. Waiting on Anthony Lepresto, who now hops in. On the pole in the 54, it is Alex Stodinger. And the 027 to his outside is Jacob Fields. Jeffrey Stewart and Bruce Wright make up row number 2. Carter Chevalier and William Duvall make up row 3. Connor Lane and Kyle Moonen, row 4. John Lowe and David Flick, row 5. Anthony Lepresto, Trey Osborne, row 6. Todd LeBeau, Scotty Edwards, Sean Wallenfels Jr., and Jonathan Smith. Your D main drivers transferring to the C, where they will have 12 laps to try and find their way into the top 4 positions, allowing them to move on to tonight's B main. Caution lights go off on the pace truck. We're going to go green next time by. Stodinger, Fields, Stewart and Wright. Right now, they're in the top 4 spots that everybody wants. They got to hold them for 12 laps. Can they do it? We're about to find out. That's Bruce Wright in 4th. Sorry. Here we go. Stodinger gives them green. A little bit of an issue there in the back of the field. Jacob Fields to the outside here on the race leader. Not a great start for Stodinger. Caution flag going to wave. Problems for John Lowe and Anthony Lepresto. Let's back this up, see what happened. There you can see the incident at first. That was David Flick getting into another car. John Lowe, that's a heartbreaker there. They collect William Duvall. Lowe hits the inside retaining wall, which shoots him up the track. Wright is able to continue. Lowe as well, but Lepresto is done. Caution flag laps do not count in tonight's A main, but however, throughout the heat races and the lesser mains, they do indeed count. So these drivers are running out of precious time to make their way into the top 4. Carter Chevalier has made his way into the top 4. Garrett actually saying that the 9-car pileup might be in the future. He's calling for it. So he's looked into his crystal ball, and the soothsayer says carnage is afoot. Stodinger has control of the field. He's going to give him green off of turn number 4. Jacob Fields second. Jeffrey Stewart third. Fourth place right now belongs to Chevalier. We're going green. Watching Jacob Fields here. Trying to catch Alex Stodinger. Behind him, Jeffrey Stewart is trying to protect his third spot while going for second. Jeffrey Stewart in the 72. Not sure if Fields had a rough exit of turn 2. We did have a caution. Scotty Edwards has made his way into pit lane. There you see the reason for the caution. Sorry, that was not the reason for the caution. Here's the reason. Todd LeBoux making contact there. And Scotty Edwards got the worst of it. That thing would just not quit crashing. So, another caution here in the C main. The laps continue to tick away. As we said, Jeffrey Stewart got a really good run off of turn 2 there. Got a run on Fields, took away second spot. Chevalier still holding on to the fourth and final transfer. Zardul in the Twitch chat talking about how every single race he runs into a problem. That was him on the backstretch in the fence. William Duvall is Zardul. The car that crashed before the caution was brought out by LeBeau and Mr. Edwards. Alex Stodinger, going to give him green off of turn number 4. We'll be working lap 10. So we'll have 3 green flag laps left in this race. If we stay green, that is. This has been a bit of a schmozzle here. Stodinger with a really good start there. Jeffrey Stewart trying to keep pace with him there in second. Fields in third. Chevalier, another caution! Wallenfels. Caution is not flown yet, though. So I'm not going to go to the replay. We need to get back up here where you can see Jacob Fields had a little bit of contact there with Chevalier. Fields putting the slide job on Stewart. Stewart right back under him to take second place once more. Stewart going to protect there for second. Stodinger is going to take victory. Stewart, Fields, and Chevalier will advance to the B main. Zardul mentioning that his car was broke during the first caution where he made contact with those guys on the backstretch. Brian in the Twitch chat as well took a different approach to the crash out there, and that one didn't work for him either. So these things do indeed happen. So we are rolling for tonight's B main. Dakota Kuhn going to start on the pole in the 95 with Alexander Balducci to his outside. Robert Satterfield and Mason Hannigan, row 2. Dylan Workman, Kevin Hanley, row 3. John Lepresto and Nathan Albrecht, row 4. Ryan Scheidt and John Harper, Billy Rowley, Brandon Igo, Alex Stoninger, and Jeffrey Stewart, Jacob Fields, Carter Chevalier, rounding out your field. "14 laps, top 4 will advance." Dakota Kuhn on the pole. He's going to give him green off of turn number 4 here. See if these boys can hold it together. Balducci holding on to second spot right now. Satterfield and Hannigan battling it out behind him. They've got the road basically blocked for Kevin Hanley, who is sporting a new scheme there. We're going to have to take a look at that here in a second after we see the caution flag. Oh, goodness. Problems for Ryan Scheidt. Big problems. Goodness gracious. Let's go back to the initial start here. Down the backstretch and into turn 3. Looks like Lepresto into Scheidt. Rowley and Lepresto and Igo make contact. Rowley disappears there. Where is Lepresto? Stoutinger, Igo, and Harper getting involved in that as well. That is a large crash here. Let's try and reset here. Lepresto is 11th. Harper is still out there. Billy Rowley has hit the pit lane. Brandon Igo has hit the pit lane. Jacob Fields out as well. Ryan Scheidt and Stoutinger also off the track. So, top 10 looks like this. Dakota Kuhn, Alexander Balducci, Mason Hannigan, and Robert Satterfield. Right now, your top 4. Kevin Hanley. We said we were going to look at that car. Let's look at it. Hanley, well known for his Cadillac machine. Fresh paint this time. He's the odd man out right now. He's got Nathan Albrecht right there behind him. Those two guys got to do something. We're going back green this time by Dakota Kuhn. They're 4 wide behind them. Watching Balducci right now. Mason Hannigan. Satterfield. Albrecht looking to make his way around. She's got Chevalier with him. You can see Hanley got some problems. Into the fence. He's straightened out, but he's lost a lot of time. Ooh, more contact for Harper. Actually, that is the 85 of Albrecht who got some of that as well. There is Harper continuing on in 7th. Not sure what actually brought out our caution. Because that was not the caution. Might have just been the stopped car as he was trying to clear. So we are running out of race cars here in the B main. Running out of laps as well. It's a problem for Carter Chevalier. Actually, I think he's claiming that caution. So the 10 position charge for Chevalier brought to a halt. Goes to the rear of the field here in 10th. Satterfield is now the man in the 4th and final transfer spot. Dylan Workman really needs to find a way around him so he can keep his championship hopes alive. Adam Elby is in the feature, and Workman needs to find his way in as well. We're going to go green this time by. Just a few laps left here in the B main. Dakota Kuhn giving him green. Rough start for Balducci. He's got Hannigan to his outside. Jeffrey Stewart is through there as well. Stewart had an excellent jump, but problems for Hannigan. Hannigan was in the fence. Caution flag going to wave. That's the end. Okay, let's back this up. I want to watch this start here from Jeffrey Stewart. Restarted 7th. Wow. Wow. Shot out of a cannon. Kuhn goes. Those guys got hung up. I think that's a legal start. Mason Hannigan is going to have a problem out here off of turn 2. He makes contact with Dylan Workman. Oh, no. Hannigan and Workman out. And now, this is how they finish. Jeffrey Stewart up 10 spots to 4th. Dakota Kuhn, Alexander Balducci, Robert Satterfield, and Jeffrey Stewart will be your top 4 finishers moving on to tonight's A main as they cross the line and take the checkered flag. What an amazing start there by Jeffrey Stewart, who took the outside and was able to make it work. And now we move to our 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Energy Gum is a boost of energy, alertness, and focus in a chew. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect and is a cheaper and healthier alternative to energy drinks and shots that fill you with calories and sugar. Wicked Energy Gum is made in the USA, and the best part of it all is that for every pack you buy, they make a donation to the Cognitive Warriors Foundation, who focuses on improving access to quality health care for active and former U.S. military men and women who suffer from depression and PTSD. Just go to wickedenergygum.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. The DOBRL code also works on wickedreliefcbd.com for your daily dose of CBD as well. Right now, it is James Edens who is top of the timesheets here in the 2-minute warm-up, of which we have 27 seconds left. Tyler Gary, P3. Kyle Sosnowski, P2. Stephen Calavoda and Adam Elby round out your top 5. Elby will very likely extend his points lead See if you can see it. Elby, P1, Workman, Edens, Roberts, and Williams. Edens is 92 points behind Elby, which really means that he is going to need Elby to have a rough race, and Edens is going to need to have a great one, which is entirely possible. Shane, are you asking how far I am from Middleton? Because I'm not sure. I'm in... There you go. So here we go. What list, Brian? It's feature time here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. On the pole in the team setting number 25, it is Kevin Click, and to his outside, the elbows up sim sport machine of Tyler Schell. Stephen Calavoda and Justin Thomas, row 2. Kendall Tucker, James Tiernan, row 3. Zane Scott, Nathan Davis, row 4. Chris Roberts and James Edens, row 5. Ernie Williams Jr. and Shea Paolo, Joshua Steinke, Adam Elby, Tyson Landis, Lewis Hewitt, Michael Sheridan, Tyler Gary, Kyle Sosnowski, Kyle White, Dakota Kuhn, Al Balducci, and Robert Satterfield and Jeffrey Stewart rounding out your field. So it's 35 lap feature. Getting ready to go this time by. Kevin Click will lead him down. Tyler Schell to the outside. Calavoda going to be looking to take that second spot away so he can take the fight to Click. The DOB 360 Sprint Car Series race number 1 underway. Click out to the early lead. Tyler Schell right there on his bumper. Schell not wasting any time to the inside. Slide job is in. He's going to leave Click some space. You see he's got a gap there. Back to his teammate Tiernan, who is doing battle with Kendall Tucker. Tyler Schell working the rear end of Kevin Click. Now he's got to run up the inside. Slide job coming here. Schell puts it on the cushion. Click going to back to the inside. He's able to clear him down into turn 3. James Tiernan trying to get up there to battle with these boys. Kendall Tucker has gotten third spot off of him. Schell once more with the slider. Click again down to the inside. Tucker now to the outside. Schell once again cuts down off the track. He's able to clear Kevin Click. Shallow slide job into turn 1. And Click unable to make a run here off of turn 2. But he's not giving up. Kendall Tucker going to try to go around the outside of the 25. Not going to happen. So new race leader, Tyler Schell. And the elbows up sim sport number 85. Able to take control. Kendall Tucker trying to put the slide job on Kevin Click. James Tiernan right there with him. Behind them, James Edens. He's taken away 4th spot. Edens started 10th. He's moving his way through this field pretty quickly. James Tiernan has taken control of second spot now, and the caution flag's going to wave. Problems here for Tyler Gary. You can see him on the outside of the 91 there. Not enough room. Ernie Williams Jr. probably not realizing that Gary was there. Those two cars, they're already 3 wide. Just not quite enough room there. Nathan Davis catching quite a bit of damage off of that. But Tyler Gary is the guy out of this race. Move our white flag lap to lap 38. Tyler Schell, your race leader. James Tiernan up 4 spots to second. Edens up 6 to fourth. There was an issue there for Kendall Tucker, too. He has dropped back to 8th. We're going green this time, or I would back that up to see what happened. He was running up there with Tiernan and Click. So there was some sort of an incident there that dropped Kendall Tucker back. Tyler Schell going to give him green this time. Tiernan's trying to stay with his teammate here at the front of the field. Now Edens has made his way around Kevin Click and is looking to do some work here on the 98 of Tiernan. That Swindell Speed Lab machine is rolling right now. And we already know that Edens needs a good finish. He's got to put some distance between he and his teammate Adam Elby as this season-long points battle starts to wind down. Now Tiernan up the inside, caution flag going to wave. Not sure when it flew there. Issue for Lewis Hewitt. Big issue, it looks like. You see Lewis there off of turn 2 into the fence. He collects Sosnowski, who pushes him down into turn 3, who knocks him into white. Lewis Hewitt coming to rest to the outside of turn 4. Wild ride there to end Lewis's evening. And it looks like the caution flag waved with James Tiernan out front. Those cautions can come at unlikely intervals. This time it pays dividends for James Tiernan, who was putting the slide job on his teammate Tyler Schell. And it just so happened that the field was frozen while he was leading the race. So it is elbows up SimSport 1-2 right now with James Edens, Swindell Speed Lab driver, third, in front of the Team SETI driver of Kevin Click and Justin Thomas, Mode Motorsports driver. We're going green this time. White flag has moved to lap 41. Here we are. Tiernan got a good start there, putting a gap on Shell, who now has James Edens right there. Edens able to make the move to the bottom off of turn 2. From 10th to 2nd, James Edens is charging. Kevin Click trying to battle back on Tyler Shell now. We are watching as the Swindell Speed Lab 52 stalks his prey. Tiernan on the bottom right now. Edens starting to close that gap. Let's see if Tiernan changes his line here. He's moving up the racetrack in response to Edens, but he didn't move up far enough. Edens was able to get side by side with Tiernan there. Off of turn 2, these cars still neck and neck. And the caution flag will wave, but who was the race leader? Problems for Joshua Steinke, who gets into the fence off of turn 4. See his car disappear there for a moment. He comes to rest in turn 1. That is it for the Black Diamond 80. So we move our white flag lap to lap 44. As you can see, it is James Edens who leads the race. When the caution flag flew, he was ahead of Tiernan. So the Swindell Speed Lab number 52 moves to the top spot. Tiernan and Shell now 2nd and 3rd, with Click and Thomas rounding out the top 5. Going green this time. Great start for Tiernan. He's already up the inside, nearly made contact with the inside wall, but behind him, Tyler Shell has come to the outside of Kevin Click. He's trying to take 2nd place off of Tiernan here. Tiernan working the very bottom. Shell on the high side. Edens right there in the middle. You can see Shell closing the gap here on Edens. Calavoda and Thomas doing battle right behind those boys. We saw that momentarily there. Ooh, problems for Edens. He gets a little loose there off of turn 2. That lets Tyler Shell come right up to his back bumper. Shell utilizing that cushion. He has a little bit of an issue off of 2 this time. Had a run going, but that broke it up. You see these guys starting to move around, struggle. Trying to find out where their car's working best. You can see Edens once more. That thing just kind of steps out on him. Let's ride along with Tyler Shell as he stalks the race leader. Edens starting to pull a gap now. Kevin Click has gotten around James Tiernan. Kendall Trucker is now trying to put himself back in this battle. He was into the fence there just for a moment, but able to continue on. Looked like we had a spin there in the middle of the field. Maybe it was just a large cloud of dust. We are still rolling here. Shell and Tucker, the only two on the top at the moment. Kevin Click able to put a slide job in there on Tucker. Unable to hold him off, however. Let's go a little farther back here. Here's Tiernan in 5th. Justin Thomas currently running in 6th. Behind him is a hell of a battle between Landis, Scott, Calavoda, and Williams. These boys right on top of each other. 7th through 10th. See behind him, Adam Elby and Shady Palo doing battle. Let's check in on our race leaders. James Edens building a gap here. The race is for 2nd. As Kendall Tucker and Tyler Shell do battle. Tucker able to make that slide job work, but he hopped the cushion there nearly into the fence. That gave Shell a lot of time. High side still rolling pretty good. Edens right there in the middle. See Tiernan trying to find that line as well. Kevin Click has moved to the bottom of the racetrack. All of these guys very fast, but nobody has anything. Problems for Shell. Tyler Shell had an issue coming off of turn 2. That cushion getting more and more dangerous, and it bit him. That is game over for Tyler Shell's A main here in race 1 competition. We're going to go back green with just a handful of laps left. The white flag will wave on lap 47. And we should go back green working lap 44. "17 cars on track right now. Edens is doing what he needs to do to close the gap in that championship. You can see points leader Adam Elby lurking about in 10th. And we're going to go green next time by. Edens had a big lead. Almost positive. And he did not accept that caution without a few cuss words. But now he gives him green, and he has the opportunity to hold off his teammate Kendall Tucker and take victory here at Volusia. You see Tucker getting such a great run there on the outside of the track. Eden slides up to the top. Tucker's got to run, but he made contact. Kendall Tucker made contact with the 52, which shot him down into James Tiernan. Tiernan is junked, but his car was straight, so the caution did not fly. Two laps to go. Kevin Click on the inside is trying to beat these boys. Problems for Tucker. Tucker's upside down. and into the pits. This race not over. White flag is out. James Eden's on the outside. Kevin Click on the bottom. Who's going to come off of turn 4 as the race leader? It's Eden's taking victory here in DOB 360 sprint car action. Race number 1. A wild final few laps as Tiernan getting knocked out of the race on the front stretch before Tucker hopped the cushion in 3 and 4, which took him out as well. And there is your top 3 here tonight. Race winner James Eden's, Kevin Click ending up 2nd, Justin Thomas bringing it home 3rd. We're getting everything set up in the broadcast booth as these guys start to join us. We'll see if we can wait for our race winner, Mr. James Eden's. Absolute wild finish here in race number 1. Let's go ahead and talk to our 2nd place finisher, Kevin Click, while we wait on James. Kevin, well, you had a hell of a race out there. Started on the pole. I'm sure you would have liked to have been the guy at the top step of the podium, but you were rolling the bottom pretty well. Got to feel good to bring it home in 2nd.
Yeah, it does. Wish I would have hung it out there a little bit more. Maybe ran a little bit higher off of 4 there. Looked like there was a little bit of track up there. I think that's where James was making a lot of his ground up. Just couldn't get any grip down the straightaway, and wanted to, I was probably running as low as anybody down the back stretch here, but that's where the grip was, and just trying to make it work. And I kind of did a little bit different stuff with the setup tonight for these, and I really felt like it helped a lot. So hopefully that translates over to a few more tracks as well.
How treacherous was that track out there? Because we saw it, the cushion definitely bit a couple of guys. I think it was Tyler Schell there off of 2, and then Tucker very late ended up getting over the cushion and flipping there in 3 and 4. But you were one of those guys that were searching around there, a little bit of everywhere. That car rolling pretty good, but that clearly it was a complicated track out there.
Yeah, this track reset kind of threw I think everybody for a loop. I was actually going to go even a little bit further with my set if it was going to be super slick, which is what I expected, but ended up just going back a little bit, dialing it back a little bit just based off where the track was, and I think it kind of caught a couple guys out too. The cushion, I don't think built up as much as it probably would have, or been as treacherous as it probably would have had they not done the track reset, but it actually worked out pretty well because I thought there was multiple lines to run by the time the feature rolled around, and it seemed like everybody was pretty clean from up front at least. So it was a fun race.
Fun race, and everything worked out pretty well for Kevin Click. 2nd place finish. Congratulations, and good luck going forward.
Yeah, thanks, man. I got to thank Wicked Relief Gum with CBD. I got to thank Wicked Cushion. Also, I want to put a big shout out to Weston Newell on his birthday today. So happy birthday to him and everybody at Team Say that makes this thing go. Appreciate it.
So now we've got our winner, James Edens, in the broadcast booth. James, you were able to get a qualifying lap in here tonight, 5th quick, and you translated that to a 10th place starting position, working your way up through this field. Absolute dominant victory there as you were able to make your way forward and take the race. But they're late. Some had got a little close there with your teammate and a few other things. Talk about that race and how it feels to take victory here once again.
It's always awesome to win a DOB event. It's definitely probably the toughest league out there. Week or day in and day out for open wheel stuff. So anytime you can get a win here, it always feels good. But that race there we had, he did that track reset early, and I knew I was going to be a little loose at the end, and I definitely didn't want to see that caution with 4 to go. I think I was, second and a half or 2 seconds out, just kind of cruising. Uh, but yeah, it is what it is.
So that car there seemed to work basically wherever you put it. Swindell Speed Lab's been rolling pretty well, and didn't matter whether it was the top or the bottom. We talked about the track reset here. So were you prepared for that? Were you expecting it to be the way that it was? Because even though the track was reset, there was still 3 races on it before you got to it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I definitely ran. I was a lot looser tonight than I was. I think last time we were here. Just to be good early on. I think that was what I was planning to do, to be good early on and try to get through those guys when the track was kind of faster, and then kind of get out front and ride around. And but yeah, the track reset, it always changes things up. Definitely got to be on your toes there. So
What'd you think about having your teammate Kendall Tucker there on your back bumper on that late restart? I know you weren't looking forward to seeing those cautions fly.
I knew he was coming. I saw him come up, through the top 5 there, and he was just running the top as hard as he could, and I was kind of coasting around. I wasn't really set up to be running it that hard, and I think if he didn't catch that cushion there and flip out of the park, I think he might have been able to sneak by us. So I kind of got lucky with that one.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and it worked out tonight for James Edens, who was able to make up some points on Adam Elby here for the Race 1 championship. Congratulations on the win, James, and good luck going forward.
Thanks, sir.
Let's talk to third place Justin Thomas. Justin, you had a hell of a battle there. Seemed like you were running right around that top 5 mark for most of the evening. We had some guys coming forward and then some guys going over the top of your head there. Definitely a wild race. Talk about that one.
Yeah, I was essentially a rolling roadblock tonight. I had no straightaway speed whatsoever. So I'm lucky. I'm here talking to you. I tried something different on the setup, and it felt really good. Like I could drive it one-handed around that track, but boy, it was slower than the Spruce Goose. So I mean, it was all right. I mean, it was a fun race. Track reset kind of blew my plans a little bit, but you'll have that. So but yeah, I just was just trying to find somewhere to run and not be in somebody's way, and it ended up just kind of just working out for me. So.
Well, you are in a partnership there with those Swindell Speed Lab boys, and it seems like every week you've got cars out front there. Talk about how it is to have those guys as partners, and how you guys work together to make these sets work very well like we're seeing.
I mean, we pretty much have a solid baseline in set for when the track's heavy, for qualifying and things of that nature. But then I can't, like Kendall and LB and James. I can't drive there's the same setups that they do. Once you put fuel in the car, I'm just not as good as they are. So I have to kind of adjust on it to find where my comfort level is. And I think I found a pretty good base, but I went back tonight to some things that worked in the Pro Series when we had, some different track, I guess, physics, I guess you want to call it. But it just didn't correlate to tonight. So I just gotta get better and kind of learn what those guys run. I mean, generally, I'm pretty much on my own as far as the race sets go, but qualifying setup, that's pretty much universal between all of us.
Well, a top 3 finish here in race number 1. You going to stick around for race number 2 and see what you got?
I don't know. It depends. I'm worn out after that one, trying to not get run over by everybody faster than me. So we'll see what happens.
I don't blame you there. If I could go to bed, I would too. So
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to my mode teammates running the Peak Series tonight. Hopefully they're having a good night. So, and then everybody watching, of course, and Chris and everybody who puts this league on, and you, Anthony, for broadcasting it, of course.
Well, congratulations, Justin, and good luck going forward, my friend.
Thank you.
There you have it, your top 3 from race number 1. We are currently awaiting the race number 2 lobby to show up. Let me refresh here just to make sure that bad boy, and it is. We have it. So I will start to load that up. If you are watching on the DOB Facebook Live, I am about to shut off the race 1 stream, and we will fire up another video here. So if you will have to switch over to watch it there. If you're watching us on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, don't go anywhere. You don't have to do a single damn thing. We will be going into race number 2 here momentarily. So we are stopping the race 1 video on Facebook. Race 2 video will go up momentarily. And we are back on the DOB Facebook page. Race number 2 lobby loading up now. A little bit of heat in the Twitch chat. Mr. Tiernan is a little upset with how things went there late in that race. Looks like 3.5 minutes left in practice here in the race 2 lobby. We are riding along with Kevin Hanley, who is currently 10th quick in hot laps. Fastest is Alexander Balducci. James Tiernan is second. Let's take a look at our point standings here for race 2 competition. It is Chris Roberts who currently leads the points by 47 over James Tiernan. Ernie Williams Jr. is third, Billy Rowley fourth, and Jeremy Zarfos fifth. James has 2 wins. Ernie Williams with 1. Trying to see here. Ernie is signed in. I see Rowley. I don't know about a Zarfos. There is Ernie Williams, currently in 5th. And Tiernan, a man who will be trying to catch Chris Roberts in the points. little ride along here with James Tiernan before we get ready for qualifications. Hello, John. How's it going? Sean Wallenfeld is currently 8th quick. 25 seconds left here before we go into qualifying. And here we go. 2 minutes of qualifying to set our fields as we get ready for race 2 competition. Got a 3rd place finish in race number 1. So we're going to watch as Kevin Click takes to the track for his qualification lap. P2 for Click. Colton Hardy right now, P1. Knocked back to 6th. Colton Hardy has been knocked back to 4th. Alexander Balducci, 13.977, P1 at the moment. Anthony Lepresto 2nd. Third place, now Lepresto, as 2nd place taken over by James Tiernan. That was a lap 14 flat that we got to watch there. Kendall Tucker in the 46, looking to get his 2nd lap in, currently 5th. And no improvement there. Mark Broderick, his 2nd lap is in 14.086. That's going to land him 16th, and that is it. Looks like Justin Thomas just did squeak in the lobby. Didn't get a qualifying lap in. 36 cars signed in. That's going to make for 4 heat races. Looks like we got everybody on track here for race number 1, so we will get rolling. On the pole, he finished 3rd in race number 1 here tonight. Team SETI's Kevin Click And to his outside in the 110, it's Kevin Hanley. Kendall Tucker ended up on his lid in race number 1, looking to do a little better here. To the inside of quick time, Alexander Balducci in row 2. Row 3 is made up of Team SETI machines, the 57 of Craig Dunn and the 127 of Stephen Hill. Elbows up SimSport number 72, Jeffrey Stewart. Inside row number 4 with Kevin Gunther in the 116, and Travis Oldfield will round out your field in the 5th and final row. We're going green this time by 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance. Kevin Click has control. Here we go. Kendall Tucker nearly making contact with the inside wall. Kevin Hanley able to get around him. Alexander Balducci taking over 3rd spot. Craig Dunn trying to climb forward, but it's Stephen Hill who is going around the outside of the 46 of Kendall Tucker. Tucker going to put the slide job in. Right in front of Hill there, they make contact. Hill now into the back of the 72 of Stewart, and Hill goes over. Can he get off the track? We're going to find out here. Still green at the moment. Kevin Click under fire out front by Kevin Hanley, who's able to get that car turned. That's going to allow Alexander Balducci around the outside, however. 4th place right now belongs to Kendall Tucker. He's got Craig Dunn and Jeffrey Stewart behind him. Kevin Hanley in 3rd. Now looking at that 46 coming in his rear view. Alexander Balducci has caught our race leader, Kevin Click. Right now, staying in line, making sure that he picks his spot. Still a couple of laps left. So Balducci being patient, but now starting to make his move. Up the inside goes Balducci. Slide job is in. Makes contact with Click. Click into the fence. He gets it back going straight. Kendall Tucker, nearly into the infield tires there. That's going to bring him in line with Craig Dunn. Dunn looking to make the over-under here. Up the inside of Tucker goes Dunn. Side by side down the front. White flag is out. Alexander Balducci is our race leader. Kevin Hanley in 2nd. Balducci off, but he's out of fuel. Hanley takes the victory. Kevin Click coming home in 2nd. I have no idea what happened here. Let's back it up, and I lost it. Son of a gun. I do believe Kendall Tucker transferred. There was so much madness there as the race leader ran out of fuel off of the final turn. I don't know who ended up 3rd and 4th. It seemed like Dunn and Tucker made contact. Whether it was after or before the start-finish line, I can't honestly tell you. I hit the replay button, but when the heats progress, I lose it. We are going green here, or rolling for heat race number 2. On the pole in the 177, it is Kyle Sosnowski, and the Black Diamond number 42 is Sean Wallenfels Jr. Joshua Steinke, another Black Diamond driver, inside row number 2 with the elbows up SimSport 98 of James Tiernan to his outside. Ryan Scheidt in the 010 and Billy Rowley in the 79. Team SETI driver in row number 3. Another Team SETI driver, Tyson Landis, inside row number 4 with David Flick in the 56. And rounding out your field is the 121 of Brian Johnson. We will go green for 10 laps this time around. Top 4 will advance. A lot of quick drivers in this one. They invert 4, so Sosnowski is the 4th fastest qualifier in this race, but he's going to start from the pole. Wallenfeld is going to be looking to hold off Steinke here on the start. Ooh, Steinke and Tiernan make a little bit of contact there. Tiernan goes to the bottom, looking to get around Wallenfels. Steinke trying to pick his line here. He elects to go to the outside. Tiernan rolling the middle. Billy Rowley is the man in 5th, waiting on a mistake here. Steinke so far has not been able to get up to the inside or outside of Tiernan. Rowley right there with him. Wallenfels now looking on the race leader, Sosnowski. Slide job coming in. He's going to leave room. Brian Scheidt has gotten around the 79. Rowley going to put the slide job in. Wallenfels still waiting for the right opportunity. Tiernan in 3rd. Steinke in 4th. David Flick catching up to the rear of the 79 as Rowley starts to make some waves on Ryan Scheidt. Steinke is the man in the final transfer spot. You see Rowley is on the outside of Scheidt now. He was working the bottom. But Scheidt starting to get up to the inside of Steinke. He's going to put the slide job in. Near contact between those guys. Rowley going to try to pounce. Laps winding down here. Steinke has that coveted 4th and final transfer. He's catching up to the rear of the 98. Sosnowski has the lead. Wallenfeld still right there with him. Steinke in 4th. Has Scheidt to the inside. 2 laps left in this race. White flag is out. We're going to find out who gets that 4th and final transfer. Kyle Sosnowski out front. Wallenfels unable to make a move. Sosnowski's going to win. Steinke getting passed by Scheidt. I think Ryan Scheidt got that 4th spot. Steinke somehow lost his front wing. Maybe he cut across Scheidt there and hit the inside retaining wall. I hit that replay button. You saw him try to get in front of the 010. I don't think he was successful. There's Dale Jr. hanging out. Getting ready for heat race number 3. Sosnowski getting some love here in the Facebook chat. We'll start on the outside front row for tonight's feature. And we are rolling for heat race number 3. The guy on pole is the Black Diamond number 36 of Nathan Davis. And to his outside in the 12, Kyle White. Colton Hardy, Swindell Speed Lab driver, inside row number 2 with the 57 of Anthony Lepresto. Team SETI's Mason Hannigan and Dakota Kuhn make up row number 3. John Lepresto and Richie Preston, row number 4. And rounding out your field is William Duvall. We're going to kick off heat race number 3, this time by top 4 will advance. Davis going to try to get the jump here. We're going green for 10 laps here off of turn number 4. Nathan Davis has control. Really rough start for White. Colton Hardy able to keep pace with Davis. Mason Hannigan now with the slide job. Not going to be able to get around White. They're 3 wide with Lepresto down the back. That's Anthony Lepresto in the 57. Then the 71 of Jonathan Lepresto coming. Mason right now with that 5th spot, trying to put the slide job on Lepresto, unable to make it happen. So Anthony Lepresto right now has that 4th and final transfer. Jonathan Lepresto puts the slide job on Dakota Kuhn, unable to clear Mason Hannigan. Now Kyle White has the 57 of Lepresto in his rear view. Tight battle here. Lepresto has that transfer. He puts a big slider on White and kills him. Kyle White taken out at the finish of lap 5. Let's back this up. Late slide job here from Anthony Lepresto. Does not get clear of the 12, and man, that's a hard lick. Thank God this is a video game. Otherwise, Kyle White would be very sore in the morning if he even woke up. Trying to see what our lineup looks like right now. Okay, it is Nathan Davis, P1, Colton Hardy in 2nd. At the moment, Anthony Lepresto is P3, Mason Hannigan P4, but I do believe the 57 is going to be forced to claim that caution, which will put him to the rear. So far, that has not been the call. I'd be really surprised if it doesn't turn out that way. If Lepresto continues to keep the 3rd spot, it is Dakota Kuhn, who is the odd man out at the moment. And I think it's coming now, yep. Anthony Lepresto claiming that caution, or being forced to claim it. So he will be relegated to the rear of the field and out of a transfer spot. So that puts Dakota Kuhn in, and John Lepresto as the man looking to find his way in. We are going to have a 1-lap shootout to determine who is going to make the top 4 and go on to tonight's A main. Here we go. Davis got an excellent start. Colton Hardy under fire from Dakota Kuhn and Mason Hannigan. Lepresto putting the slide job in. Kuhn coming in too. He makes contact. Oh, a big crash. I'm going to back it up here. We'll see. Ugh. Man, these heats are advancing so quickly. Can I get it back? Give me it back. This is the replay of heat race number 3. Kuhn coming across in front of Hannigan, makes contact with Lepresto. The 132, and was that the 121? Were the drivers that actually transferred. Kuhn, Hannigan, and John Lepresto did not make the feature. It was Hannigan and Kuhn who were in, and their contact took them and John Lepresto out. Boy, that's a hell of a finish to heat race number 3. We got one more heat race left tonight. Mark Broderick in the 51, going to start on the pole. Alex Stodinger outside row number 1. Zane Scott, Team SETI, inside row 2 with the 91 Black Diamond of Ernie Williams Jr. Elbows up, Sim Sports Tyler Shell inside row number 3. Shell was running real good. Second place when he found the turn 2 wall in race number 1. He's got the shark Peyton Grease to his outside. Chris Roberts, current points leader in DOB Race 2 competition, has his teammate John Lowe in row number 4. And rounding out your field, the man who finished 3rd in race 1, the 9 of Justin Thomas in the Mode Motorsports machine. We're going green for 10 laps. Top 4 will advance. Final heat race of the evening. Wow, Broderick gets a really good jump there. He goes early. Scott, slide job on Stodinger. He's going to try to cut across. A little bit of contact there with the 91 of Williams. Tyler Shell to the outside of Williams. There's not a lot of room. Wow! Oh, and now here it comes. Shell is going to get the worst of it. That car is still straight. Stodinger came off of that corner crooked. Shell was able to get around Williams, but when Stodinger finally straightened it out, Shell was on top of him. He got a great run. Right now, Stodinger holding down that 4th spot. Ernie Williams Jr. in 3rd, trying to make a move here on Zane Scott. You see how close those guys are. Really tight battle here for 2nd. Scott into the outside retaining wall down the backstretch. Changing 2nd spot back and forth while Mark Broderick continues to make a gap out front. Ernie Williams Jr. now clear of Zane Scott. Can he start to reel in that 51? 4th place, Alex Stodinger has a little bit of company. The Mode Motorsports 9 in striking distance for that final transfer spot now. Here he comes up the inside, shallow slider on. He's got around Stodinger. Alex not giving up. Thomas going to squeeze him down just a little bit. Stodinger able to get clear. Make that pass stick. 2 laps to go here. Thomas thought about the outside, but nearly made contact, so he had to think better of it. Out front, Broderick has Ernie Williams right on his back bumper. Williams with the run down the back. Will he try? He's going to go to the outside here as Broderick protects the inside. Broderick's going to win. Stodinger losing 4th spot and committing car suicide into turn 1 there as the 4th and final transfer goes to Justin Thomas. And we are going to get ready for our C main. Starting lineup here for the C main. Travis Oldfield on the pole with Tyson Landis to his outside. Richie Preston and John Lowe, row number 2. Kevin Gunther and Brian Johnson, row 3. Anthony Lepresto, Peyton Grease, row 4. Stephen Hill, David Flick, row 5. Kyle White and Tyler Shell rounding out the field. Let's watch this final row. Tyler White and Kyle White and Tyler Shell, sorry. Both were very quick. And remember, Stephen Hill was up there as well. Lepresto was in a transfer spot. Not all of these guys are going to be able to make it through. Only taking 4. But if you could get to the B, we take 8. Travis Oldfield going to give them green here off of turn number 4. Landis settling into second. Problem for John Lowe. Big crash. Caution flag going to wave. Let's take a look here. Brian Johnson made contact with Lowe there, which is what brought out the caution. Let's back this up because Tyler Shell makes a bold move there, cutting to the inside. They were 3 wide with Peyton Grease. Grease got caught up with the 121, and then Shell also made contact with Kevin Gunther there. After Johnson, Johnson made contact with the right rear, which pushed him into Gunther. Kyle White went for a wild ride. He is out of the race. Stephen Hill is out of the race. John Lowe out as well. So only 9 cars left on the track. And there they are. Peyton Grease, even with that contact there, up 4 spots. He is actually in the pits now, missing that front wing. So that's it for Peyton. 8 cars on track. We're going to take 4. Tyler Shell started last in this C main. He is currently sitting in 5th. 1 more spot and he will find himself in the B main. We're going green this time by, not quite to halfway. Oldfield gives him the gas. Watching that transfer battle. Richie Preston and Anthony Lepresto. Tyler Shell goes to the inside. He gets around Lepresto, who had a little bit of a moment there on the front stretch, lost a lot of time. Shell now around Preston, starting to set his sights on Tyson Landis. David Flick now is the guy who is putting Preston in danger. Slide job in. Jason Nygaard pointing out that this track, very tacky. Both races here tonight, the DOB has reset the track state going into the mains, which has made quite the challenge for these drivers. Tyson Landis trying to get the lead off of Oldfield. Tyler Schell right there with him. Richie Preston has been able to stabilize his transfer spot there in fourth. White flag is out. Oldfield has 2 more corners to take victory here. Landis going to put the slide job in. Can he hold it on the bottom of the track? He does. Tyson Landis going to win. Oldfield second. Tyler Schell third. And Richie Preston going to come home with that 4th and final transfer as we move on to tonight's B main. Goodness gracious. The quality of this B main. Absolutely out of this world. Remember, we're taking 8. That means 4 are going to miss the A. This is another one of those situations where we say, yeah, you got to be aggressive, but at the same time, you got to be smart. You can't screw this up. Got to let everybody else crash themselves out and make sure that you aren't one of the ones. On the pole, elbows up SimSport driver Jeffrey Stewart in the 72, and he's got Joshua Steinke in the Black Diamond 80 to his outside. Mason Hannigan and Alex Stodinger, row number 2. Alexander Balducci, who was quick time here tonight, row number 3 with Billy Rowley. William Duvall and Chris Roberts make up row number 4. And then it is our C main drivers, Tyson Landis, Travis Oldfield, Tyler Schell, and Richie Preston, rounding out the field. 12 laps the distance, 8 advance. Fast but smart is the name of the game. Don't get caught up in the accidents. Remember, Turn 2, the exit of Turn 2 down the backstretch, always a problem area. We've seen plenty of issues in Turn 3 and 4 here tonight. But you got to watch it coming off of Turn 2. That's where you can have issues in this race. Jeffrey Stewart, great start there to get out to the race lead. Steinke holding down second. Stodinger trying to battle around the outside of Mason Hannigan. Billy Rowley right there. Balducci as well. Tyler Schell starting his charge forward. He's 3 wide with Oldfield and Roberts. Oldfield getting around the 93. A little bit of contact there. You don't want to make contact with the admin of the league. Not a great idea. See Schell on the bottom of the track. Balducci sliding back here. Billy Rowley looks to the bottom as well. Out front, Joshua Steinke has gotten around the 72. Mason Hannigan getting caught up behind Jeff there, as Jeff had a little bit of an problem going into Turn 1. Tyler Schell on the bottom. He has come from second to last. Contact between Hannigan and Stewart, and Balducci, unfortunately, is a part of it. And no caution. I can't tell if that car is straight or not, but we have to move on. Mason Hannigan right now in 6th. It's broke. It's done. That is it for Mason. Your race leader is Steinke, and the caution flag waves. Oldfield is out. Balducci is out. Mason Hannigan is out. Let's back this up. Get another look. Hannigan cuts to the bottom here off of turn 4. Stewart has an issue off of 4. Drives down the racetrack. Balducci was really the most unlucky one there. Right now, Stewart is still on the track in front of Chris Roberts. He is in the final transfer spot. Only 9 on track. That means one of them is going to miss out here. Steinke, Shell, Stodinger, your top 3. And Jeffrey Stewart right now was the pole sitter of this race, holding on to that final transfer. We're going to get back to green working lap 10 here. So not long left. We've had a lot of action in race 2. The heats and the mains in race 1 were not too bad as far as contact or hurt feelings or anything of that nature. Race 2 has been a little different so far. We'll see what happens once we get to the big show. Josh Steinke going to give him green here off of turn number 4. Tyler Shell looking to get to the outside of him. Doesn't time it perfectly, but Shell able to keep pace here with Steinke. Stodinger in 3rd. 4th place Rally. 5th place Duvall. Duvall looking to make his first A main right here. Chris Roberts, odd man out. He goes to the inside, puts the slider on Jeffrey Stewart. Stewart's car has quite a bit of damage. You see him catch the fence there and lift to make sure he didn't get into the 93. Tyler Shell has taken the lead off of Joshua Steinke. Coming to the checkered flag. Tyler Shell's going to win. Steinke 2nd. Stodinger 3rd. 4th place to Rally. Duvall, Landis, Roberts. Duvall had an issue there off of 4, but I believe he finished 8th. Maybe not. I'm showing Jeffrey Stewart here. Hell, I don't know. We're going to find out. 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Relief Gum is your daily dose of CBD in the form of a chew. Each piece is 10 milligrams of CBD and absorbs 5 times faster than other products. Whether it's pain, inflammation, anxiety, or insomnia, Wicked Relief Gum offers quick and easy relief. Just go to wickedgumcbd.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. The DOBRL code also works on wickedenergygum.com for a boost of energy and focus as well. I am showing William Duvall on track, which means he has made his first DOB feature. Zardul the Great going to show his worth here in the A main. It was Mark Broderick at the top of the warm-up session. He is now 2nd to the 44 of Tyler Shell. 85 in game, 44 on my list. But Tyler Shell come from the C main. He's going to start, let's see, he'll be 15th, I think. 17th? 17th will be his starting position. But was fastest in the warm-up. So we're going to have to keep an eye on Mr. Shell. See what he can do here. Sardul is excited to get going here. He did disappear off the screen. I hope there's not some issue there. It's going to keep him from starting. Here we go, your front row, the 110 of Kevin Hanley and the 177 of Kyle Sosnowski. Nathan Davis and Mark Broderick, row number 2. Kevin Click, Sean Wallenfels, row 3. Colton Hardy, Ernie Williams Jr., row 4. Craig Dunn, James Tiernan, Dakota Kuhn, Zane Scott. Kendall Tucker and Ryan Scheidt. John Lepresto, Justin Thomas. Tyler Shell, Joshua Steinke. Alex Stodinger and Billy Rowley. Richie Preston, Tyson Landis, and Chris Roberts and William Duvall. Rounding out your field. 35 laps. 24 cars. Only one will come away with a victory here in race number 2. Remember, Chris Roberts, starting 23rd, is your points leader. It is James Tiernan in second, who starts 10th, who will be looking to close that points gap. Ernie Williams Jr. also right there. He starts 8th. That's your championship battle right now. Kevin Hanley going to give him green for race number 2 right here. Great start for Sosnowski, who is going to pull not nearly level with Nathan Davis down the back. Davis to the inside of Kevin Hanley. A lot of moisture out there on this track. Ooh, problems for Dakota Kuhn. I can't find him. He's going to try to get turned around in front of the race leaders. There's no yellow. Why is there no yellow? Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. I think yellows are turned off. I think there's been some sort of an issue with the lobby, and I think yellows are turned off for this feature. So get ready, because we're in for an action-packed race. Kevin Hanley out front. Sosnowski in second. You can see Davis and Broderick right there. Kevin Click in 5th. He was on the podium for race number 1. James Tiernan trying to work his way forward. He's 3 wide with Ernie Williams and Colton Hardy. Oh, contact there, Hardy. Zane Scott getting the worst of it. And now the yellow flies. What in the world? How did we not get a yellow for what happened for Dakota Kuhn? Stodinger and Rowley are out of this race. They've been out for a while. Here's the replay. Tiernan on the bottom. Hardy right there. Those two make contact. Zane Scott gets the worst of it. So 1, 2, 3 cars out of this race. Dakota Kuhn is still on the lead lap, albeit in 21st position. Billy, did you end up crashed before you even got to the starting line? Or was that getting ready, or after the start, lap 1, basically? Here's your top 10. Hanley, Sosnowski, and Broderick. Williams and Jr. making their way forward. Kendall Tucker's got 3 so far. Lap 38 becomes the white flag lap. Grim, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. JT with the host. Appreciate everybody hanging out live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, DOB Facebook and YouTube pages. Getting ready to get back to green flag racing here in tonight's race number 2. Kevin Hanley gonna give it green. Wow, Nathan Davis with a good start on the outside. He's gonna go straight through the middle of Broderick. Sosnowski able to hold him off. So much moisture on that track. Multiple options for these drivers right now. Sean Wallenfels right there with them boys. Tiernan, Williams, and Tucker behind them. Davis and Sosnowski got real close there. I don't think they touched Sosnowski into the fence. He gets it straightened out, but not before he gets into Broderick. Broderick made contact with the 91 of Williams. Tiernan was in that mess as well. Tiernan got through it basically unscathed. Tucker with the slider on Williams, a little bit of contact. That sends Williams up into Sosnowski, down into Broderick, into Shell. How in the world are all of those guys still going? Sosnowski from 2nd to 16th in 2 laps, and that car is broke. It's going to be a meatball flag for Sosnowski. You can see the attitude of that thing has changed. Kevin Hanley out front. Very, very good at Volusia. Hanley, this is one of his best tracks. Nathan Davis in 2nd. Wallenfels now in 4th, trying to catch up to Kevin Click. We heard Kevin Click talk about the setup changes that he made going into tonight. Felt like they found something over there in the Team SETI stuff. Caution flag gonna fly. Is that James Tiernan? Yes, it is. James Tiernan upside down. Slider in on Kendall Tucker. Tucker comes off of the wall. Now, let's look at this here. Tucker hit the fence going in. Tiernan puts the slider in, and it was contact from Tiernan that sent Tucker down the track. Let me just say, these two boys were the ones that got together in race number 1. Tiernan was running 3rd. I think Tucker was 4th. And Tucker got shot down the track into Tiernan, who was upset. And now that he's out of this race, I'm sure he's not happy with that either. But I don't think you can place any blame on Kendall Tucker right there. Which, actually, I don't think I placed blame on him in the race 1 either. Just a couple of unfortunate events, really. Caution flags out. Or caution lights out on the pace truck. White flag lap moves to lap 41. Kendall Tucker up 8. Justin Thomas up 10. Ryan Scheidt up 6. Josh Steinke up 8. A lot of guys on the move here. Let's keep an eye on Tucker, who was very fast in race 1. Hanley going to give him green once more here, working lap 20. Davis to the bottom of the track. Click and Wallenfels follow him. Hanley not willing to allow that 36 to keep the lead. He drove around the outside. Look at Kendall Tucker. Here he comes. While everybody else is on the bottom, there he goes. Kendall Tucker. Thanks for coming. Tyler Shell's going to join you. Caution flag waves once more. Let's back this up. This is why I was excited. Here these guys were on the bottom battling it out. Kendall Tucker was on the high side, had a great run. Off of turn 4, just catches that wall where it juts out there in 1. End over end. I want to see what happens to Tyler Shell, too, who seemed to be already missing his front wing. Yeah, that car sustained heavy damage way before this. Shell did the exact damn same thing. So both of those cars out of the race now. There's your top 10. Lap 44 becomes the white flag lap. So we are past halfway. Nathan Davis was the race leader when the caution flag flew. Kevin Hanley, unfortunately, going to have to fight out from under Davis for the first time. As Hanley has led all of this race up to this point. Davis going to give him green off of turn 4. Hanley disappeared there for a moment, but he is back, and you can see him right on the back bumper of Nathan Davis. Davis on the bottom. Kevin Click now moving to the top of the racetrack. Justin Thomas is making his way forward there. Thomas started mid-pack. Oh, contact between the race leaders! Davis gets it straightened out, but not before he loses like 6 or 7 positions. Colton Hardy is in the fence and out of the ballpark. He comes to a stop, gets the car off the track. Kevin Hanley under fire now from Sean Wallenfels, who hits the inside wall. That allows Hanley to take control there. Look at Thomas. Thomas in the middle of those cars. He's trying to take second away. Kevin Click on the outside. Able to hold him off. Josh Steinke. He's coming forward as well. He finished second in the B main. And Steinke now trying to charge his way into the top 5, and he does it, but he's in the fence. Justin Thomas. Holding off Steinke right now. Wallenfels has fallen back. Kevin Hanley now under fire from Kevin Click. Click on the high side. Hanley on the bottom. Kevin Click to the race lead. Team SETI driver, he led plenty of laps in race number 1. Now, race number 2 finds that red number 25 out front once more. 11 laps left in this race. Oh, contact! Hanley's around! I can't find him. Wow! Okay, I'm going to replay here. I don't do this. What a fantastic save from Hanley. He was second place. He's now 5th. We are back to live. That's Kevin Hanley, who did a complete 360 on the backstretch, saved it, and is still in the top 5. And he's probably pissed off, but still. Kevin Click changing his line around because his lead is shrinking. Justin Thomas and the 80 of Josh Steinke are catching him. Steinke now has second spot. Click on the bottom. Steinke beating the cushion. And it's working for him. Now Click goes back to the top because he sees what Steinke's doing. But is it too late? Steinke's got to run down the backstretch. Into turn 3. Slide job engaged. Steinke to the lead. Click trying to battle back, but he gets crossed up. He lost some time. Slider in. Steinke going to pull to the bottom. Trading the lead back and forth as we get to the remainder of the laps here at Volusia. Click's got a really good run. To the inside he goes. Steinke tries to protect, but the slide job is going to clear. Steinke able to pull level into turn 3. He puts the slider in. Can Click challenge down the front stretch? He can. Click with a more shallow slide job this time. Back to the race lead goes Kevin Click. Josh Steinke into 3. Slide job once more. Click a little crossed up, and I think he's going to have to give the lead to Steinke, but he's still going to fight. 2 laps to go. Steinke down the backstretch. He clears Click. White flag flies this time. Josh Steinke from the rear of this field has the lead. Kevin Click into turn 1. Slides up. Contact with Steinke. He goes around. Kevin Click. Yellow flag is out, but we're racing to the finish. Checkered flag going to wave off of turn 4. Kevin Click wins. Justin Thomas second. I think Kevin Hanley is third. Let's back this up. Here we go, into turn 1. Okay. Kevin Click hit the inside wall, and that is what sent him up into the 80 of Steinke. I don't think it's going to make Steinke feel any better, but Kevin Click did not mean to shoot up the racetrack like that. He hit the inside wall. That pushed him into Steinke's 80 car. And I think you saw after the race, when Click crossed the finish line, he was off the gas, which made it seem like he was kind of sick about the way that finish went down. But the race winner he is. And we got him in the booth right now. Kevin, we saw that battle come down right to the finish. A little bit of contact with the inside retaining wall into turn 1 sent you up the racetrack. Talk about that finish and how it feels to take victory here in race number 2.
Well, that's not how I want to do it. I mean, I screwed up. I hit the inside wall. I don't know if me and Josh made contact or if it was net code. I don't know, but that's not how I wanted my first DOB win, even if it stands to go. So I apologize to Josh, and I got to apologize to Kevin Hanley too. I got loose on the top and came down and clipped him too. I hate that for both of them. That's not how I race and not how I want to win. and I feel really bad about it. Um, so we'll see. I mean, it's just it is what it is. I own up to that, and if I made contact with Josh, I apologize, man, and that's not how I want to race.
Clearly remorseful, but I don't think you can beat yourself up too much. You guys were battling it out, trading the lead back and forth, slide job after slide job, and everybody going for it. Just a little into the inside wall. These things happen, but let's talk about your race because you had to battle from fifth spot on the grid. You finished. Well, you were second in race number one, so everything was going really well. That car working well. You were talking about the changes that you made. Clearly, that car was feeling pretty good to you, and you got to feel good about the direction that you're headed, even if you're a little sick about this one.
Yeah, I mean the car, I think I've got got figured out. Doing a little bit different stuff on it than what I have done in the past. Haven't had to make a whole lot of adjustments for these features, and definitely got the car going in the right direction, and hopefully this thing transfers over to some 410 races too. But we'll wait and see.
Well, congratulations, Kevin. You got the victory. First DLB win. Not the way you wanted to have it, but I think you did a pretty good job out there, and you're standing on the top step of the podium. Congratulations and good luck going forward, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, AJ. And big shout out to Wicked Relief Gum with CBD, Wicked Cushion, all they do. You guys for putting on the broadcast and everything that you do, AJ. And also got to thank DOB and Chris for putting this stuff on.
There you have it. Your race winner here in race number 2, Kevin Click in the Team SETI number 25. Second place tonight in race number 2 going to Justin Thomas. Justin, second time we've talked to you tonight as well. Third place in race number 1, second place here. Now you almost wish there was another race coming up next, huh?
No, I'm done. It's bedtime. No, good night overall. I missed qualifying for this race tonight, so um, I pulled an Edens, so that's pretty cool to get a podium like that. Obviously, the setup was a lot better this go round, so ended up pretty good. Just a little too tight on the nose there at the end, but otherwise it was pretty good.
Talk about DOB resetting the track here. It's not normally what we see. Before the mains, the track has been reset, and it's kind of bringing a different feel into these races. How do you feel about that? What do you like that? Is that something where you'd like to see the track get more slick? I mean, clearly 2 podium finishes. You got to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, no, I'm always under the philosophy, slicker is better. Um, so I mean, and two, with the way the service is that when they reset the racetrack, it's not gonna exactly be what the current track physics are. So that kind of throws a curveball at us. So, um, but I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm not a fan of it, but I'll adapt and I'll run it. You know what I mean? So, but it just the biggest thing about these races is just keeping your nose clean and running consistent laps, and you'll finish top 5. You just got to get through the heats and everything, just not watching your front tires. Just pay attention to what's around you, and that'll go a long way in these races.
Well, he definitely adapted well tonight. Justin Thomas, 2 podium finishes. Congratulations, my friend. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to all my guys over at Mud Motorsports. JR, Fricky, Kyle, G Rock, all the boys watching. You know, big shout out to DOB for putting this on, giving me something to do on the weeknights. It's a lot more fun than getting mad at playing PUBG or GTA or something like that. So, and then obviously you guys for broadcasting this deal. I wouldn't want it any other way. This is a great tool, especially for these guys who are just getting into the service. Even just come run against people. This is your best. This is how you become a pro or get good, is running these type of races against a great competition. So just hats off to everybody who puts this on.
The DOB endorsement from Justin Thomas. You heard it right there. If you're looking to get into the sprint car side of things, this is where you need to be. So there you have it. No Kevin Hanley interview here tonight. Don't see him on there. Not sure if he's dodging us or maybe he's just not in the Dirty Old Bastards Discord. But that is the interviews for race number 2 here. And that's going to be it for us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow night with Wingless Wednesday here on Elbows Up TV. We will have the DOB Wicked Energy Gum Midgets at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we will go straight into the Wingless series in DOB competition. So, Open Wheel Wednesday, Wingless Wednesday, coming at you 9 p.m. Eastern. Want to thank everybody for hanging out with us here tonight. And we hope you join us again tomorrow night. Let's go ahead and see who's going on Twitch. Maybe we'll give a little bit of a host. Let's send you over to the good old Mr. Tuna Can. That's where we're going to head, and we'll hang out with him. And we all, like we said, we hope that everybody will come back tomorrow night for more DOB action. Actually, the Tuna Can, Billy, will be up in the booth with me. So 2-man team tomorrow night. We're sure to have some fun. We will see you then, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday night. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.